Hi, my name is David Pena, and today, with my partner Mayor Tabanejad, we will be discussing our research paper findings in the form of a presentation on fish shapes affecting fish speed.
As a bit of background, fish have been evolving for a long time. During all this time, many adaptations have arisen. Each of these adaptations help the fish that have them eat and live.
General morphology. There are many different body shapes, plans, traits, and ways for a fish to swim. Some fish are long, with very small fins, if any. Some fish are shaped more like torpedoes and have many fins. Some fish swim by moving parts of their bodies in waves, others move a part of their body in a second range of motion. Some fish have fins that are rounded, and some fish have fins that are forked. These are just a few examples of fish morphology.
Is there a significant relationship between a fish's speed and its body shape? A fish that has a similar height to its width would be more cylindrical in shape, like a torpedo, and should therefore be more streamlined and swim faster.
The measurements for our research were taken at Strictly Fish, Miami.
The first fish studied was Chromis viridis, or the green reef chromis.
The second fish is Amphiprion oscillaris, also known as a clownfish.
The last fish was Paracanthurus hepatus, the blue tang. The tank held these three species, as well as an angelfish. There were about 50 fish in the tank. The tank was sandy on the bottom, and there were no other decorations in the tank.
Data collection. In order to measure the fish, a clear sheet protector was taken and boxes of 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter were drawn on it. This was then taped on the tank and a phone was taped across the walkway, video recording the tank through the sheet protector, as shown in the images above. In order to measure the fish, a staff member at Strictly Fish took the fish out one by one, which allowed us to then be able to measure the fish up against the tape sheet protector on the fish tank.
The average width to length ratios were calculated for all three fish, and it was found that the blue tang had the highest at 0.1952 plus or minus 0.011 centimeters, followed by the clownfish, and finally, chromies.
The average width to height ratio were calculated as well and found that the Cronus had the highest at 0.49736 plus or minus 0.0518. They were followed by the Tang and lastly the Clownfish.
The average speed was calculated, with the tang coming in the fastest at 8.912 plus or minus 2.653 centimeters per second, followed by the clownfish, and in last place, the chromies.
Behavior. In regards to the observed behavior, there was no aggression noticed in any form by any of the three fish. The blue tang moved very little, the clownfish moved a lot, and the cronus moved around in groups, but no aggression was found in the duration of our research.
The hypothesis had been that a fish with a height-to-width ratio closer to 1 would be more streamlined and therefore faster. Since the chromies had the ratio closest to 1, they should be the fastest. However, the second closest to 1, the tang, were the fastest. Interestingly, this backs up Dipper, who said height to length closer to 1 to 4 is more streamlined, and the tang were also the closest to that.
Behaviors. Regarding the behaviors, the Tang have a poison barb, which can be a defense mechanism and require no need to move. In the wild, clownfish hide in anemones, but since there weren't any in the fish tank, they moved around a lot. The Cronus do neither one of these, instead imitating school-like grouping for protection in the wild. This behavior was observed in the tank.
Confounding variables. Since water warps light, sometimes if a fish is farther from the glass, it could appear faster than a fish that is closer to the glass. The timing relied on a human pushing a stopwatch, which is not very accurate. The researchers didn't time top speeds, they timed any speed. Fish were only measured how long it took to get from one side of the sheet protector to the other. This did not account for fish entering the sheet protector at the top and exiting at the bottom, which increases the distance traveled. The blue tang were larger than other fish. If the researchers had blue tang that were of the same average size as the clownfish and chromies, the results would possibly have been different.
Conclusion. In conclusion, we can back up Dipper, who said fish with a width to length ratio approaching 1 to 4 are more streamlined. However, no conclusive results were found regarding a width to height ratio approaching 1 being more streamlined.
Doing this experiment with less confounding variables would possibly lead to conclusive evidence regarding whether or not the hypothesis should be rejected. Further observation on the defense mechanisms of the green reef chromies in their wild habitats would also be interesting.
Please see our literature cited below.